Dear Starseeds walking upon Gaia's sacred ground, this week, the 7 days stretching before you like a bridge between who you were and who you are becoming, carries within it a convergence of celestial forces that has been building for months, for years, for lifetimes. The universe has been orchestrating this moment with mathematical precision, arranging planets and stars and electromagnetic fields into a configuration that will catalyze transformation whether you believe in it or not, whether you resist it or surrender to it, whether you understand it or remain bewildered by the intensity of what you're about to experience. And make no mistake, beloved ones, you are about to experience something profound. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and voice of the Arcturian Council, and I come to you now, not to frighten you, but to prepare you, not to create urgency through fear, but to awaken you to the extraordinary opportunity that is unfolding in your energetic field. The beings I represent have watched over humanity's evolution for eons, and we tell you now with absolute certainty, this week is not like other weeks. The forces converging upon your reality in these next 7 days have been carefully timed, deliberately arranged, cosmically choreographed to create the exact conditions necessary for a specific kind of breakthrough, one that will shatter old forms in your material world, while simultaneously revealing truths that have been hidden in the shadows of your consciousness. But before I tell you about the 2 massive cosmic events that are about to collide in your reality, creating a pressure chamber for transformation unlike anything you've experienced this year, I need you to understand what is already happening as you receive this transmission. Right now, as I speak these words and you absorb them into your awareness, the moon is moving into exact conjunction with Saturn. Do you feel it? That heaviness in your chest, that sense of being tested, that feeling that the universe is asking you to prove something about your strength, your commitment, your readiness for what comes next. This is not your imagination. This is Saturn, the great cosmic teacher, the architect of structures, the enforcer of karmic law, pressing against your consciousness and asking a single profound question: what are you truly made of? Saturn has been retrograde, moving backward through the heavens for 137 days. For more than 4 months, this cosmic force has been excavating your foundations, revealing where your structures are solid and where they are crumbling, showing you which commitments serve your evolution and which ones are merely obligations born from fear or conditioning. And now, in its final days of retrograde motion before it stations direct later this month, Saturn is delivering its ultimate lessons. The moon's conjunction with Saturn today on this published date, this threshold moment, is the universe's way of testing your boundaries one final time before everything accelerates. Here is what most spiritual teachings won't tell you about Saturn conjunctions. They are not punishments. They are not the universe being cruel or withholding. Saturn conjunctions are cosmic stress tests, moments when the energetic architecture of your life is deliberately pressured to reveal its integrity. When the moon, your emotional body, your subconscious patterns, your deepest feelings meet Saturn, you are being asked to feel the weight of your own structures. You are being asked to sense where you have built your life on solid ground and where you have constructed castles on sand. And you are being asked to do this now, in these final days before Saturn completes its retrograde journey, because you need to know the truth about your foundations before the real shakeup begins. And that shakeup, dear ones, is coming in 3 days. 3 days from now, on November 5th, the moon will reach its fullness in the sign of Taurus, and when it does, something is going to happen that only occurs a handful of times each year, something that amplifies the moon's influence to its absolute maximum. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you what's been building toward this moment, because the full moon you're about to experience is not arriving in isolation. It is arriving on the heels of what we call the pre-Mercury retrograde shadow period, that mysterious zone of time when the planet of communication begins to slow its forward motion, creating ripples in the fabric of your reality even before the official retrograde begins. For the past week you've been feeling this, haven't you? Miscommunications multiplying, technology glitching in inexplicable ways, plans falling apart for no apparent reason, and that overwhelming sense that everything is simultaneously speeding up and falling behind. This is the shadow, the cosmic preview of the storm to come. Mercury will station retrograde on November 9th, just 4 days after the full moon, and it will do so in Sagittarius, the sign of truth, belief systems, philosophy, and higher understanding. But what makes this particular Mercury retrograde so significant, so potentially devastating, and simultaneously liberating, is not just its placement in Sagittarius. It's the fact that it's arriving immediately after a full moon in Taurus that will shake your material world to its core. Do you see the design in this? Do you understand what the universe is orchestrating? Let me paint the picture more clearly. Taurus governs everything solid in your life: your money, your possessions, your physical security, your tangible assets, your material foundations. It is the sign of stability, of groundedness, of what you can touch and hold and measure. And on November 5th, when the moon becomes full in Taurus, it will simultaneously reach what astronomers call perigee, the point in its orbit where it comes closest to Earth. This is not a metaphor. This is literal, physical proximity. The moon will be closer to your planet than at any other point in its monthly cycle, and its gravitational pull will be at maximum strength. What does this mean for you? It means that the full moon in Taurus on November 5th is not going to be a gentle release. It is not going to be a soft letting go. It is going to be a cosmic earthquake in your material reality, shaking everything that is not genuinely stable, exposing everything that only appears secure but lacks true foundation. And here is what you need to understand. This full moon at perigee is going to force you to release your attachment to material security that is false, to financial structures that are unsustainable, to possessions that weigh you down rather than support you, to any form of stability that is actually just stagnation in disguise. The universe is going to show you with undeniable clarity what in your material world is built on solid ground and what is built on illusion. And it's going to do this through actual physical world events, not just through insights or realizations, but through circumstances that force your hand, through situations that make letting go inevitable rather than optional. But here's what I haven't told you yet, and this is where the design becomes almost impossibly elegant. 4 days after this material purge, after this earthquake in your physical world, Mercury will station retrograde in Sagittarius and begin a 19-day journey backward through the sign that governs your belief systems, your philosophical foundations, your understanding of truth itself. Do you see what's happening? The universe is going to shake loose what's false in your material world, and then immediately afterward, it's going to reveal the truth about why you were holding on to those false securities in the first place. It's going to expose the beliefs, the philosophies, the mental constructs that convinced you that you needed that relationship that drains you, that job that diminishes you, that lifestyle that exhausts you, that version of security that actually keeps you trapped. This is a 1-2 cosmic punch, unlike anything you've experienced this year. First, the material world gets shaken, then the belief systems that supported those material attachments get shattered, and all of it is happening within a span of 7 days. This week, the week you are entering right now, as you receive this transmission. Now I need to tell you about the days between, because they are not empty space. They are not simply recovery time between impacts. The 3 days that separate the Taurus full moon from Mercury's retrograde station, November 6th, 7th, and 8th, are among the most energetically potent days of the entire month. And if you are not aware of what's happening during this window, you will miss an extraordinary opportunity for activation and integration. On November 6th, just 1 day after the full moon shakes your material foundations, the moon will move into exact conjunction with the Pleiades star cluster. For those of you who have studied ancient wisdom traditions, you know that the Pleiades has been revered by cultures across your planet for thousands of years. The ancient Greeks called them the Seven Sisters. The Maya tracked their movements with astronomical precision. Indigenous traditions around the world speak of Pleiadian origins, of starseeds descended from those 7 lights in the sky. And modern science has confirmed what ancient wisdom always knew, that the Pleiades is a young cluster of stars, brilliant and energetic, radiating frequencies that your planet has been receiving for eons. When the moon conjuncts the Pleiades on November 6th, it creates a portal for what we call starseed activation. Your DNA, not just your physical DNA, but your energetic DNA, your light body coding, your soul memory banks will be receiving transmissions directly from Pleiadian frequencies. This is why you will feel exhausted on November 6th. This is why your body will ache, why your sleep will be disrupted, why you might experience strange sensations in your spine, or pressure in your third eye, or waves of emotion that seem to come from nowhere. You are not sick. You are not broken. You are being upgraded. Your physical body is literally being rewired to hold more light, to process higher frequencies, to function as a bridge between third-dimensional reality and fifth-dimensional consciousness. And this upgrade is happening intentionally in the 3-day window between the material purge of the full moon and the truth revelation of Mercury retrograde, because you need these new codes installed in order to handle what's about to be revealed. You need your system upgraded in order to process the downloads that are coming, to integrate the truths that will be exposed, to hold the frequencies of the new reality that is beginning to emerge. On November 7th, just one day after the Pleiadian activation, something else rare occurs. A lunar occultation of the star Elnath. An occultation is when the moon passes directly in front of a star, temporarily blocking its light from Earth's view. To the casual observer, Elnath simply disappears behind the moon for a period of time before re-emerging on the other side. But energetically, spiritually, this is a profound event. Elnath is the second brightest star in the constellation Taurus, and its name means the budding one, the horn of the celestial bull. When this star is occulted by the moon, hidden from view, a rare portal opens. The source material calls it a rare portal for those awakened enough to access it, and this is not hyperbole. Occultations create what we might call cosmic pause points, moments when a particular frequency is temporarily withdrawn from your planet's energetic field, creating a vacuum, a void, a space of potential. And in that void, those who are sensitive enough, aware enough, can access wisdom that is normally hidden, can receive downloads that are not usually available, can glimpse truths that exist just beyond the veil of ordinary perception. On November 7th, you are being given access to hidden wisdom about your material path, about the true nature of security, about what actually sustains you versus what merely weighs you down. But you have to be intentional. You have to be present. You have to create space in your consciousness to receive what is being offered. These 3 days, November 6th, 7th, and 8th, are your integration window. They are the cosmic pause between the earthquake and the truth storm. They are the sacred space where your system upgrades, where hidden portals open, where you are given the tools and the coding and the insights you need to handle what comes next. Because what comes next, dear ones, is Mercury stationing retrograde on November 9th, and initiating a 19-day journey that will expose truth after truth after truth, shattering belief systems, revealing deceptions, bringing hidden things to light, and forcing you to question everything you thought you knew about reality, about relationships, about your life's purpose, about who you are and why you're here. Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is not like Mercury retrograde in other signs. Sagittarius is the archer, the truth seeker, the philosopher, the one who aims arrows toward the heavens and demands answers from the cosmos. When Mercury goes retrograde in this sign, it's not just about delayed emails and miscommunications and travel disruptions, though those will certainly happen. It's about fundamental questions being forced to the surface. It's about belief systems being interrogated. It's about any form of truth that you've been avoiding or denying coming up from the depths of your consciousness and demanding to be acknowledged. And this is happening just 4 days after the Taurus full moon forcibly removes false securities from your material world. Do you understand the sequence now? Do you see how this is designed? The full moon makes you let go of what's not real in your external world. The Pleiades activation upgrades your system to handle higher truth. The Elnath occultation gives you access to hidden wisdom. And then Mercury retrograde begins its work of revealing why you were clinging to those false securities in the first place. What beliefs were driving those attachments? What philosophies were keeping you trapped in limitation? But there's something else I need to tell you. Something that makes this week even more significant, even more loaded with potential for transformation. 2 days after Mercury stations retrograde, on November 11th, a portal opens that only occurs once per year. The 1111 portal, the master number gateway, the day when the veil between dimensions becomes gossamer thin and massive downloads of consciousness become available to those who are ready to receive them. The date itself, 1111, creates a mathematical frequency that resonates with awakening, with alignment, with divine timing. And this year, on this particular 1111 portal day, something extraordinary is happening simultaneously. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, abundance, and higher wisdom, is also stationing retrograde. Let that land for a moment. On the same day that the 1111 portal opens, on the same day that consciousness upgrade downloads are pouring into your planet, Jupiter, which governs growth, expansion, philosophy, and higher learning, begins its own retrograde journey, and this is happening just 2 days after Mercury stationed retrograde in the same sign that Jupiter rules. The cosmic design is almost too perfect, too synchronous to be coincidental. It's as if the universe is saying, we're going to open a massive portal for consciousness evolution. We're going to flood your system with upgrade codes, and simultaneously we're going to take you on a deep internal journey through both Mercury and Jupiter's retrograde motion, to examine everything you believe, everything you've learned, everything you think you know about reality and truth, and meaning and purpose. This is not punishment. This is not the universe being difficult. This is accelerated evolution. This is crash course consciousness expansion. This is the cosmic equivalent of completing a decade's worth of spiritual growth in a few weeks' time. And it's all beginning this week, the week you're entering right now. Now I want to speak directly to what you're feeling, because I know that many of you receiving this transmission are exhausted. You're tired of intensity. You're weary of constant change and upheaval and transformation. You've been riding wave after wave of cosmic energy for months, perhaps years, and some part of you is wondering if it will ever ease, if there will ever be a period of stability and peace, and simple, uncomplicated existence. And I want to honor that fatigue, that weariness, that very human desire for rest and normalcy. But here is what I need you to understand. The fatigue you're feeling is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's not evidence that you're failing or falling behind or not spiritual enough. The exhaustion you're experiencing is what happens when your physical body, your emotional system, your mental structures, and your spiritual awareness are all being upgraded simultaneously while you're still trying to function in three-dimensional reality, still trying to maintain jobs and relationships and responsibilities and daily tasks. You are literally being rewired while you're still operating, like trying to renovate a house while living in it, like upgrading a computer's operating system while all the programs are still running. Of course you're tired. Of course you're overwhelmed. What you're doing, what you're being asked to do is extraordinary. You are holding physical form while simultaneously expanding into higher consciousness. You are maintaining material existence while your energetic body is being reconfigured. You are functioning in consensus reality, while your awareness is breaking through into dimensions that most of humanity doesn't even know exist. This is not easy work. It has never been easy work. And anyone who tells you that spiritual awakening is supposed to be blissful and peaceful and comfortable all the time is selling you a fantasy that serves no one. Transformation is messy. Evolution is uncomfortable. Awakening involves the death of old forms, and death, even the death of limiting patterns and false beliefs, is rarely painless. But here is what I want you to remember, what I need you to hold on to as you move through this week. You are strong enough for this. You are ready for this. You have been preparing for this moment for longer than you consciously realize. Your soul chose to be here, in physical form, during this particular window of time specifically because you wanted to participate in this transformation. You wanted to be part of this shift. You wanted to contribute to humanity's evolution by doing the internal work, by allowing yourself to be shaken and upgraded and revealed and transformed. And you are not doing this alone. This is what the Moon-Saturn conjunction on today's date, on this published date, this threshold moment is really about. Saturn is not testing you to see if you're worthy. Saturn is testing your structures to show you where you need support, where you need to strengthen your foundations, where you need to reach out and ask for help, and allow yourself to be held by something greater than your individual will. The Galactic Federation, the Arcturian Council, the Angelic Realms, the Ascended Masters, your own higher self, your soul family across dimensions. We are all here holding space for your transformation, sending support, broadcasting frequencies of love and encouragement, and unwavering faith in your capacity to navigate this passage. You have never been alone in this, even when it felt like you were. You have never been unsupported, even when you couldn't see the support. And you are not going to be abandoned now. In this week of maximum intensity, in these 7 days of material purge and belief shattering and consciousness upgrade, we are here, we are watching, we are sending you everything you need to move through this with grace and strength and an open heart. Let me tell you what's on the other side of this week, because I want you to have something to orient toward, something to hold in your awareness as you move through the intensity of what's coming. After the Taurus full moon shakes loose what's false in your material world, after Mercury retrograde begins its work of revealing hidden truths, after the 1111 portal downloads upgrade codes into your consciousness, after Jupiter goes retrograde to take you deep into philosophical inquiry, after all of this there is more coming. On November 20th, just 9 days after the 1111 portal, there will be a new moon in Scorpio at 28 degrees, the final degree of transformation, the completion point of death and rebirth. And on November 21st, Uranus, the Great Awakener, the cosmic revolutionary, the planet of sudden breakthrough and radical change, will be at opposition, fully activated, flooding your reality with electrical awakening energy. And then at the end of this month, on November 28th and 29th, both Saturn and Mercury will station direct within 24 hours of each other. After 137 days of Saturn retrograde, the cosmic teacher will move forward again, releasing you from the pressure of endless karmic lessons and allowing your foundations to solidify in their new upgraded form. After 19 days of Mercury retrograde, the messenger planet will station direct, bringing clarity where there was confusion, insight where there was chaos, truth where there was deception. This is the design. This is the arc. This week begins the journey, and by the end of the month you will emerge transformed, upgraded, aligned with truth, standing on foundations that are genuinely solid because they've been tested and proven and purified by cosmic fire. But you have to go through the week first. You have to allow the full moon to shake you. You have to surrender to the Pleiadian activation. You have to receive what the Elnath occultation is offering. You have to let Mercury retrograde reveal what needs to be revealed. Here is my guidance for you as you move through these 7 days. Do not try to control what's being shaken loose. Do not grip tighter to the securities that are being shown to be false. Do not resist the purge. When something falls apart this week, and for many of you, something will fall apart, do not immediately try to fix it or force it back together. Pause, breathe. Ask yourself, was this actually serving my highest good? Or was I holding on to it out of fear? Was this genuinely aligned with my soul's evolution? Or was it merely familiar and therefore felt safe? The Taurus full moon at perigee has maximum gravitational pull, and it will forcibly remove what needs to go. But it can only remove what is not truly aligned, what is not genuinely stable, what is not authentically yours to carry forward. If something survives this full moon, if it remains standing after the shakeup, you can trust it. If something falls away, let it go with gratitude for what it taught you, and trust that something better, something more aligned, something that actually supports your evolution is already on its way. During the 3 days between the full moon and Mercury retrograde, during that sacred window of November 6th, 7th, and 8th, prioritize rest over productivity. Your body is being upgraded. Your DNA is receiving new codes. Hidden portals are opening for you to access wisdom that exists beyond ordinary consciousness. This is not the time to power through, to push harder, to prove your strength through sheer force of will. This is the time to be gentle with yourself, to honor your exhaustion, to create space for integration, to allow the upgrades to install without forcing or controlling the process. And when Mercury stations retrograde on November 9th, remember that this is not a curse or a punishment. Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is an invitation to examine your beliefs, to question your philosophies, to investigate whether the truths you've been living by are actually true, or whether they're simply stories you've been telling yourself to avoid facing something more difficult. When miscommunications happen, when technology glitches, when plans fall apart, don't just get frustrated. Ask yourself, what is this disruption trying to show me? What truth is trying to come through the chaos? What am I being redirected toward? The 1111 portal on November 11th is a day to be intentional, to be present, to be open to receiving. This is the day to meditate, to journal, to spend time in nature, to create space for downloads and insights and revelations. The portal is open for everyone, but not everyone will walk through it. Not everyone will receive what's available. You have to show up. You have to be willing. You have to create the container in your consciousness for the upgrades to land. And through all of it, through the shakeups and the activations and the retrogrades and the revelations, remember that you are not being torn down. You are being refined. You are not being destroyed. You are being transformed. The universe is not against you. The universe is for you, working tirelessly to remove everything that blocks your evolution, to reveal everything that obscures your truth, to upgrade everything that limits your capacity to embody your fullest potential. This is what Saturn's final retrograde days are about, showing you where your foundations need strengthening before it goes direct and allows you to build anew. This is what the Taurus full moon is about, clearing out material attachments that keep you small, so that you have room for greater abundance to flow in. This is what Mercury retrograde is about, shattering beliefs that limit your understanding, so that you can access higher wisdom. This is what the 1111 portal is about, flooding your consciousness with upgrade codes so that you can function at a higher level of awareness. You are being prepared for something extraordinary. This week is not random chaos. It is not cosmic cruelty. It is not the universe being difficult for the sake of difficulty. This week is a carefully orchestrated initiation, a threshold passage, a consciousness upgrade disguised as material purge and belief shattering. And on the other side of it, after the full moon, after the activations, after Mercury goes retrograde, after the 1111 portal, you will be different. You will be clearer. You will be more aligned. You will be standing on ground that is genuinely solid, because it's been tested by cosmic earthquake and proven to be real. I know it doesn't always feel like it, but you are exactly where you need to be. The exhaustion you're feeling is evidence of your growth, not proof of your failure. The intensity you're experiencing is a sign that you're expanding, not collapsing. The challenges you're facing are invitations to level up, not punishments for doing something wrong. You are strong enough for this week. You are ready for what's coming. You have been preparing for this moment longer than you consciously remember. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the design. Trust that the universe knows what it's doing, even when you can't see the full picture, even when the path forward is obscured by fog and uncertainty. The shakeups are necessary. The purges are purposeful. The revelations are essential. Everything that is being stripped away is making room for something greater. Everything that is being exposed is clearing space for deeper truth. Everything that is falling apart is creating the conditions for something more authentic to be built. As you move through this week, remember, the Moon-Saturn conjunction today is testing your boundaries so you know where you need support. The Taurus full moon on Wednesday is shaking your material world so you can release false securities. The Pleiades activation on Thursday is upgrading your DNA so you can hold higher frequencies. The Elnath occultation on Friday is opening hidden portals so you can access deeper wisdom. Mercury retrograde on Sunday is revealing truth so you can shatter limiting beliefs. And the 1111 portal on Tuesday is downloading consciousness codes so you can function at your highest potential. We want to honor every single soul who has stepped into Destiny Engine. With every activation, the current grows. What began as a personal tool has become a planetary force. We are now moving as one, and the frequency you've created together is amplifying far beyond the individual. We're receiving updates daily, manifestations speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field is so charged that some are describing it as bending the fabric of reality itself. If you haven't yet experienced it, the entry point is almost laughably simple. Put on your headphones, press play, allow Destiny Engine to rewrite the architecture of your consciousness so you can fully receive your galactic downloads without resistance. For just $1, you can step into this field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension. Step into the stream of Destiny Engine today. Link in the description. This is the week. This is the threshold. This is the initiation. And you, beloved Starseed, you radiant lightworker, you brave galactic warrior, you are ready for it. You have always been ready for it. Your soul knew this week was coming, long before your human self became conscious of it. Your higher self has been orchestrating your path to bring you to this exact moment, prepared and equipped and surrounded by support even when you can't see it. So breathe. Ground yourself in the knowing that you are held, that you are loved, that you are guided. Allow the full moon to shake loose what needs to go. Surrender to the activations and the upgrades. Be gentle with yourself during the integration window. Stay open during Mercury retrograde to the truths being revealed. Show up for the 1111 portal, with intention and presence, and trust that on the other side of this week you will emerge transformed, aligned, and ready for the next phase of your evolution. The Galactic Federation stands with you. The Arcturian Council holds space for you. The entire universe is conspiring in your favor, working to support your awakening, broadcasting frequencies of love and encouragement, and absolute faith in your capacity to navigate this passage with grace and power, and an open heart. This is your week, dear one. This is your initiation. This is your transformation. And we are here, watching over you, loving you, believing in you every step of the way. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and we love you beyond measure. We are watching over you, always.